Former President Rodrigo Duterte is scheduled for his initial appearance before the International Criminal Court on Friday evening, Manila time. In an advisory on Thursday, March 13, the International Criminal Court says Duterte will appear before the pre-trial chamber of the International Criminal Court. The pre-trial chamber, composed of presiding Judge Julia Antonella Motoc and Judges Rain Adelaide Sophie Alapini Gansao and Maria del Socorro Flores Liera, will oversee the hearing. According to the International Criminal Court, during the initial appearance hearing, the judges will verify the identity of the suspect and the language in which he is able to follow the proceedings. The International Criminal Court adds that Duterte will be informed of the charges against him and of his rights under the International Criminal Court Rome Statute. According to the International Criminal Court, the former president says he wants his former executive secretary in Malacanang, Salvador Medialdea, to be one of his legal counsels in the International Criminal Court proceedings. Duterte arrived in The Hague, Netherlands on late Wednesday evening, Manila time. He was then brought to the International Criminal Court Detention Center in Scheveningen, The Hague. Duterte is accused of crimes against humanity, particularly murder, over his anti-drug campaign, which rights groups claim led to tens of thousands of deaths. The International Criminal Court's case against him covers crimes allegedly committed in the Philippines between November 1, 2011 and March 16, 2019, when the country was still a party to the Rome Statute. Based on official government data, Duterte's anti-drug campaign recorded at least 6,000 deaths, but Human Rights Watchdogs reported the death toll to be at least 20,000, including alleged extrajudicial killings. The Special Action Force officer allegedly hurt by Honeylet Avanceña, the partner of former President Rodrigo Duterte, will no longer pursue a direct assault case against her, according to the Philippine National Police. In a video shared by PNP on Thursday, March 13, Avanceña was shown allegedly hitting the officer in the head with a cell phone. The scene was amid tension between authorities in the Duterte camp while the former president was being held at Villamor Air Base in Pasay City after he was arrested at Ninoy Aquino International Airport on Tuesday, March 11. In a phone interview with PNP spokesperson Brigadier General Jean Fajardo on Friday, March 14, Fajardo says it was the police officer's personal decision not to file a case anymore because she sees the incident as part of the hazards of her job. Fajardo adds that the police officer will just recover and will be back to work again. Fajardo previously said tensions and emotions were high on Tuesday as authorities sought to take Duterte aboard a chartered flight to The Hague, Netherlands, following an International Criminal Court warrant against him. Duterte will stand trial before the International Criminal Court for crimes against humanity allegedly committed during his administration's war on illegal drugs. Pope Francis marked 12 years as head of the Catholic Church on Thursday, March 13, celebrating with cake and slowly recovering after a month in hospital. And the 88-year-old pontiff was for a time critically ill, battling pneumonia in both lungs at Rome's Gemelli Hospital, where he was admitted on February 14. The Pope's situation has markedly improved since then, and he is reported by the Vatican to be stable and at least well enough to eat cake. In an update on early Friday morning Manila time, the Vatican says the medical staff brought a cake with candles to the Pope's room to celebrate the 12th anniversary of his election. The Vatican adds that on Thursday afternoon, the Pope also followed a spiritual exercise for the Roman Curia through video link. The Pope then resumed respiratory therapy. Other than his cake, no special events were planned for his anniversary, but the Vatican says he was shown hundreds of messages of goodwill sent from schools, religious institutions, and young people. Talk is now turning to when the Pope might go home, but his hospital stay, the longest and most fraught of his papacy, has raised doubts about his ability to lead the world's nearly 1.4 billion Catholics.